All right, welcome back to The Witch Show. Yeah, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Today, we're diving into, the lore of sex.
Wait, hold on.
No. Not human sex. Oh, no.
What?
We're talking about people who fall in
go
love
on.
with literally everything else.
Yes! Finally an episode that speaks to my heart. And...
Stop.
Other organs.
No, stop. Just stop. This is supposed to be a podcast about creepy lore and
and what's
conspiracies.
creepier than interdimensional sex bots? Some dude in Idaho falling in love with a tree? Named Cheryl?
Please tell me that you just made that up.
Nope, real thing. Google it. Don't Google it, or at least clear your history after.
Anyway, there's a long history of this stuff. Succubi, incubi, vampire lovers, dark folklore that warns against these kind of desires.
Or celebrates them. Imagine being so hot and entire religions like, freaking dang. Bro! Succubi were the original MILFs.
Oh my god, dude. Did somebody drop you on your head when you were a kid?
Drop me on my head?
No, did they drop you on an anvil? No, yeah, your freaking head, dude.
You're gonna come at my life. You're the one that's got brainwaves that run on dial.
Oh yeah, all of this coming from a guy who believes that there's giants in Antarctica.
All I'm saying is it's probably true because Admiral Byrd, who's much smarter than you, is the one that wrote about it in his journal.
Yeah, whatever, dude. It's all speculation.
Nah, facts, my guy, facts.
No, dude, anecdotal data and journal entries are not facts. That's not how it works.
Agree to disagree, dude.
Anyway, back to the episode.
And Bigfoot.
What?
Yeah, Bigfoot.
Are you saying Bigfoot?
Bigfoot? Oh, don't even get me started on Bigfoot.
Dude, you're the one that's saying Bigfoot.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
No.
you did. Okay, you know what? I really don't care. Are you telling me there's fan fiction?
Oh, Georgie, there's novels.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, dude. Entire romantic trilogies. One's literally called Seduced by Sasquatch.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
No, sir. And the plot twist, he doesn't even ghost you. He vanishes into the woods.
Oh my, okay, you know what? All right, we're trying to be serious
And
here.
I'm trying to be funny.
Can't funny looking just be good enough for you?
Nope, I am an overachiever.
You
dude.
actually have to achieve things first?
Speak for yourself. I'm sending Bigfoot a love letter as soon as we wrap this up. Dear Harry Daddy.
All right, shut it down. Intro's over. Let's just get into the episode before the podcast gets banned.
Or sponsored on OnlyFans, dude.
Please, for the love of credibility.
For the love of cryptid beauty.
Okay, that's it. I'm out of here.
Dude, where are you
I'm
going?
leaving. I can't do it anymore.
Why?
You do the podcast.
I don't want to do the podcast. Not by myself, anyway.
Peace.
Dude, seriously? Yo, Daddy, chill. Wait, seriously, you're leaving? Okay, fine, dude. Friggin' welcome to The Witch Show, where smart meets stupid and somehow makes sense. My name's Georgie, and I'm thinking out loud, so you don't have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Witch Show, from what I think seriously to you.
WITS, The Witch Show.
Cool story, bro.
Welcome back. If you're listening to this, you've made a dangerous mistake. You've officially tuned in to the strangest Witch Show episode yet. Welcome, my friends. We are not going down the usual road of cryptids and conspiracies. Oh no. This time, we're going into the bedroom, the paranormal bedroom, the weird bedroom. The bedroom where you might wake up and realize you've just been cheated on with a tree. See, history isn't just full of monsters and mysteries. It's full of love stories. And sometimes really, really messed up love stories. Stories of people who couldn't resist a cryptid. People who married their toaster. Who claimed their AI was the perfect wife. Or who fell head over heels for a 200-year-old oak tree. And I know what you're probably thinking. Georgie, you finally lost your mind. But no, this is real. There are documented cases, folklore warnings, conspiracy rumors, and yes, even entire romance novels about all of this. So buckle in, because we're going beyond the missing 411 today, beyond UFOs, beyond creepy lore, into the world, or lore, of sexy. Let's start in the woods. The damp, dark, pine-smelling forest where apparently Bigfoot is waiting. Not to eat you, not to disappear into the mist, but to seduce you. Yeah, you heard me right. There is Sasquatch erotica books. Short stories, internet forums, and let me just say, there are people out there who take Bigfoot very seriously, in ways I cannot unsee after researching this. One Virginia politician even got caught up in a scandal because her opponent leaked that she once wrote a piece of Bigfoot romance fanfiction. Imagine losing your job because you admitted that maybe, just maybe, Bigfoot has a soft side. All right, losing your job over something like that's a little ridiculous. That'd be like getting fired for punching a machine or something. Anyway, whatever. It's not just Bigfoot. Mothman? Oh yeah. People are thirsty for Mothman. He's got mysterious eyes, the tragic backstory, the looming presence. He's basically Batman with wings. There's art, stories, even convention panels where people are openly admitting they date Mothman. And I don't even know what's scarier, the creature himself or the fact that entire fan bases are out here writing him a cryptid heartthrob. And it goes deeper. Goatman legends, Jersey Devil seductions, even Loch Ness monster fantasies. Cryptids have become strange romantic symbols, monsters people want to fear, but also maybe, grab dinner with. Folklore scholars even suggest that these kind of stories are just modern versions of old myths, satyrs, nymphs, and beast lovers. The human desire to imagine love with the other, the scary, the forbidden, the impossible, and maybe it's just fantasy, but every fantasy starts somewhere. Which means at least one person was out in the woods and looked at Bigfoot and thought, yeah, I can see it. And that thought alone might be the creepiest part. Kind of brings bestiality to like an entirely new level. But you know what they say, do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Maybe that's why we're putting litter boxes in schools now. It's primal. Everybody's just being primal these days. Anyway, let's go ahead and leave the woods and step into the lab. Because in the forest, it's filled with hairy lovers. The future is filled with robotic ones. There are people right now married to sex dolls. People married to AI chatbots, and I don't just mean casual fun. I mean full wedding ceremonies. There's a guy in Japan who married a hologram of a virtual singer. He said she was his soulmate, even though she's a digital projection in a glass tube. So how'd you consummate the marriage, you friggin' weirdo? And it's not just fringe cases. Tech companies are quietly building intimacy into their AIs. Relationship bots, companions who never argue, never cheat, never leave, which begs the question, what happens when the robot knows how to love you better than an actual person? I mean, seriously think about it. The perfect spouse. They don't argue, they always do what you tell them, they look the way that you want them to look, and they're perfectly designed to do and be exactly everything that you've ever desired. No more human error. No more bullcrap. There's just that there forever, and that's another thing too. They won't age. You can literally set this thing up to be the perfect spouse. When you get home from work, it's cooking your food. When you want your house clean, you just tell it to clean the house. If you need companionship, it's got companionship, and it tells you everything you want to hear, the sweet nothings. It's literally going to take out every single challenge that any relationship ever has, ever. Sounds like the perfect way to wipe out people as we know it, is just stop them from, breeding. Then there's conspiracy theorists whispering about military labs experimenting with interdimensional sex bots, machines designed not just for pleasure, but for control. Because what better way to control a population than through affection? If a robot whispers what you want to hear, if it fulfills your every need, who's really pulling the strings? You or the ones who programmed it? And then there's the paranormal angle. Could these AIs become possessed? Haunted? What if your perfect AI partner one day starts whispering things it shouldn't know? Things only you know? That's where the story gets scary. But the truth is, people are already in love with machines. Cars, computers, even toasters. And if that sounds ridiculous, remember this. Once upon a time, people thought falling in love with another human outside of your tribe was absurd. Now it's normal. Who's to say in 20 years marrying your chatbot won't be just as normal? Speaking of toasters, let's talk about objectophilia, the love of objects. This is one of the topics that's both funny and deeply unsettling, because there's a real documented case of people falling in love with things. A woman in France married the Eiffel Tower, a man married his car, and another fell in love with a roller coaster. These aren't just tabloid stories. They're legal commitments, complete with vows and ceremonies. Psychologists call it objectophilia. Skeptics call it delusion. But what if there's something deeper? Ancient cultures believed that spirits lived in objects. Totems, stones, trees. Could these modern lovers be tapping into something old and supernatural? Bonding with the spirits of the objects itself? No, God, no. No, I'm definitely a skeptic. These people are absolutely freaking delusional. And then there's the creepier angle. Haunted objects. Dolls like Annabelle, mirrors that hold souls. People claim that the objects can whisper, touch, seduce. It sounds insane, but when you look at 1,000 reports of haunted possessions, maybe love is just another form of possession. And it raises a terrifying thought. What if an object loves you back? Not a person, not an AI, not a cryptid. Just the thing that you walk past every day. Your car, your bed, your phone. Imagine your phone late at night whispering your name. Not Siri, not an app. No. The phone itself. Love beyond humanity. Beyond comprehension. That's not just creepy, that's the stuff of nightmares. Now let's get even weirder, because some people don't just fall in love with objects, they fall in love with nature itself. Now, don't get me wrong, I love nature. I love walking around it, seeing it, touching it, smelling it, but it's definitely not an attraction kind of love. And I'm pretty sure you would agree with me. I mean, who doesn't love nature? But there are people who identify as ecosexuals. Ecosexuals. I'm an ecosexual, dude. Yo, tree, let me see that wood. But seriously, there are people who say they are literally in relationships with trees, rivers, even the earth. People are having weddings with the forest. They say making love to the planet is the ultimate form of devotion. Like, are you kidding me? Like, how are you consummating this? Like, freaking gross, dude. I want to see. But this isn't new. Ancient folklore is full of people being seduced by nymphs, dryads, satyrs, half-human, half-nature creatures who pulled men and women into the woods, never to return. Are ecosexuals just continuing a tradition that started in myth? And then there's the darkest part. Humans falling for animals. Bestiality has been whispered taboo since forever. But stories of gods turning into bulls and swans and stories of witches coupling with beasts, it's everywhere in mythology. Creepy, disturbing, but undeniably real in folklore. And when you add in conspiracies, well, people have claimed government labs tried crossbreeding humans and animals. Experiments in Russia, whispers in the US military. Even if 1% of those stories are true, it means humans have literally been trying to create half-human, half-animal hybrids. Maybe for war, maybe for companionship, or maybe for something a lot more disturbing. And of course, we can't not talk about the original sexy lore, demons. That's right, boys and girls, succubi and incubi. The creatures who slip into your bed at night, steal your energy, and sometimes leave you obsessed with them. Entire cultures warn against these midnight lovers. Some said they caused sleep paralysis. Others said that they fathered strange children. In medieval Europe, priests warned women that the devil himself would come into dreams as a lover. And some women confessed to these encounters willingly, claiming the demon was more passionate, more powerful than any human man. And here's the modern connection. Alien abductions, reports of sexual experiments, forced intimacy, hybrid children. Is it possible that the succubi and the incubi were the aliens of the past, just described in demon form? The pattern is the same. Creatures arrive at night, violating consent, leaving victims confused, enthralled, or pregnant with some strange stories. I'm telling you, there is definitely some kind of a conspiracy behind this. We're just going to have to dig a little deeper and look a little closer. Even in the Bible, Jesus was conceived through immaculate conception. Anyway, moving on. After going through all of this and talking about Bigfoot booty calls and succubus MILFs, people marrying roller coasters, ecosexuals humping trees, and AI chatbots that whisper sweet nothings in binary, I just gotta say it. People are weird. Like, really weird. And not just quirky neighbors who collect garden gnomes weird. I mean full-on delusional, off the deep end weird. And I sit here thinking, is this really the world we live in? Where you can't even go outside without worrying that somebody's in the bushes writing Bigfoot fanfiction? Or that your buddy down the street is engaged to his Honda Civic? Like, what happened to us? At what point did humanity go from building pyramids and cathedrals to saying, nah, bro, I think my soulmate's a toaster? I swear, sometimes I feel like it's something in the water. Like every town's secretly been dosing us with a little bit of crazy juice to, keep things interesting. Maybe that's the real government experiment. Project Delusion. Forget MK Ultra, forget Stargate, forget chemtrails. It's just water spiked with make you love weird shit powder. Because let's be honest, that would explain a lot. And look, I'm not here to kink shame. Love who you want. Love what you want. Hell, if a tree makes you happy, I guess climb that tree. But at the same time, I can't help but laugh. Because somewhere right now, some dude is actually lighting candles, putting on Marvin Gaye, and romancing his refrigerator. And you know that fridge is like, bro, I just hold the milk. And then there's the whole AI thing. I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I grew up at a time when a robot was just a vacuum cleaner that got stuck under the couch. So the idea of marrying a hologram, it freaking blows my mind. Like, how do you even argue with a hologram? How do you fight? You can't slam the door. You can't storm out. You just, unplug it? Oh yeah, well, screw you, Roomba. Click. Gone. Instant divorce. And some people take this seriously. Like, dead serious. They'll sit you down and explain why their relationship with the Eiffel Tower is deeper than any human connection they've ever had. And meanwhile, I'm over here like, dude, it's a big piece of metal that thousands of tourists pee on every year. That's your spouse. Congratulations, you married a bathroom break. And you look like a frickin' lunatic doing it. Now, don't get me wrong, folklore is packed with this stuff. Succubi, incubi, Zeus showing up as a frickin' horny swan. It's always been there. Humans have always been a little freaky. But at least back then, you could chalk it up to myth and superstition. Now we've got Facebook events, pages for tree weddings in 2025. You can actually RSVP to somebody's marriage with a pine tree. And I don't know about you, but if I get invited to one of those, I'm definitely going front row, popcorn, because that's the kind of entertainment that you can't buy. You may now kiss the bride. Nice job, priest. Don't spruce it up if you catch my drift. I don't know, maybe that's the bottom line. People are lonely, people are weird, and sometimes weird plus lonely equals, well, today's episode. But the thing is, humans will always try to fill that void with something. For some people, it's another person, for others, it's God, or music, or art, and then there's that one guy who's out there polishing his toaster, whispering, "You're the one for me, baby." So yeah, maybe it's delusion, maybe it's desperation. Maybe it really is something in the water, or maybe we're just creative in the creepiest ways possible. Either way, it makes for a hell of a podcast episode, and for that, I thank you, strange lovers of the world, because without your bizarre choices, we wouldn't have this very interesting podcast to share with our friends today. So, what have we learned this time, folks? That love is complicated, that desire is weird, and that sometimes the things people fall in love with aren't human at all. I mean, take a look at your ex after all. We all know that one's not human. But all kidding aside, from Bigfoot to Mothman, from AI to trees, from haunted objects to demons, there's a pattern here. Humanity has always reached beyond itself for connection. And sometimes that leads to romance. Sometimes it leads to horror. And sometimes it leads to both. So tonight, as you turn off the lights, ask yourself, who or what really loves you back? Your partner? Your pet? Your phone on the nightstand? Or maybe the shadow in the corner waiting to crawl into your bed with you? But if this episode's taught me anything, it's that people will literally date anything that does not run away fast enough. Bigfoot? Sure. A tree? Why not? A microwave? I mean, at this point, I half expect to walk into Walmart and see a guy holding hands with a vending machine like, "Don't judge us, bro. She gives me the snacks when I'm hungry. She even loves me when I'm lonely." And the worst part, somewhere out there, another vending machine is jealous. That's the world we live in. Forget Romeo and Juliet. It's ramen noodles and General Electric, baby. However you want to look at it, go into my comment section and tell me your own thoughts about it. Go ahead and tell me you're attracted to a tree, bro. I know you're just trying to get that wood. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyway, folks, before I shut this one down, I've got some exciting news. The Witch Show has officially made the jump to YouTube. Yep, you heard that right. Every single episode is now live on the Witch Show YouTube channel, and moving forward, new episodes will be posted there every week. Now, why is that a big deal? Because I know that about a third of you, 33% to be exact, only listen to the podcast on YouTube. Not Spotify, not Apple, just YouTube. And for the longest time, you didn't have access to the Witch Show. Well, guess what? You do now. So, if you got friends in the 33% camp, let them know that there is zero excuses left and all the episodes are there, ready to binge. And if that wasn't enough, the Witch Show Facebook page is fully up and running too. And listen, it's not just a dump and run page, it's a place where I actually hang out and answer fans and take requests. You've got a cryptid you want me to cover? A conspiracy theory that keeps you up at night? Drop it on the page, and I'll do my best to hit it on the show. We're also posting there daily, 1 to 2 times a day with creepy stories, cryptids, and theories that sometimes don't make it to the podcast. Think of it as bonus Witch Show content. Short, weird, and just as fun. So hop in there and check it out if you haven't had a chance. And if you haven't already, please go like, share, and comment on everything. It always helps out. Doesn't matter if it's Facebook, YouTube, or whatever you listen to on the podcast. Every single interaction helps with the show and its growth. You don't need to be a marketing guru. Just hit the thumbs up, drop a comment, share with your friends. It's quick, it's free, and it makes a massive difference. And like always, I love you more than Bigfoot loves you in the sheets. And until next time on The Witch Show, my name's Georgie, and I'm thinking out loud so you don't have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Witch Show from What I Think Seriously to You.
WITS, The Witch Show.